Okay guys, this was your homework piece and I want to work through it with you so you can check how you did so you can be ready for your quiz next week. So let's first read the instructions. It says solve the net force problem. Label your answer. Okay, so when we say label our answer, we know that we need to use our unit, which equals N for newtons because we're measuring force, and use an arrow to indicate the direction the object will move. So those are the two things that you have to have with all of your problems. Okay, so let's look at number one right here. So we have 22 newtons moving in one direction and 22 newtons that are moving in the opposite direction. Because those are equal, we know that, and I'll just put here 22 minus 22 equals 0 newtons. So our answer for number one would be 0 newtons, and we'll say no movement. Okay, so we've got our unit, and now we're saying the direction of movement, which in this case is 0. Looking at number two, we have 34 newtons and 20 newtons both going in the same direction. Because we're going in the same direction, we're going to add those together, and together those will be 54 newtons. And again, you have to have an arrow in the direction of the greater force. Okay, so our 54 newtons is going to go in the same direction as these two added together. Looking at number three, we have 60 newtons and 50 newtons. Again, they're going in the same direction, so we're going to add those up, and when we add those up, you get 110 newtons, and then your arrow is in the direction of that the greater force is going to move. So that would be our answer on this one. So again, as you're checking your work, if you don't have newtons and you don't have an arrow, you're missing these problems. So kind of write yourself some notes off to the side that you have to include these. Okay, looking at 4, our directions again are going in the same direction. So because they're going in the same direction, we're going to add those together. And I'm actually going to pull out a calculator so you don't have to watch me do the math longhand. So when you add these two together, you get 120 newtons on this one, and it's going to go in the same direction because they're both going in the same direction. Okay? Looking at 5, okay, so 5 has a couple different ways you can look at this, but we know that our forces are going in opposite directions, so that means that we are going to subtract them because they are not working together here. I'll be honest, if I have 80 newtons here and 80 newtons here, they're going to cancel each other out if that does not confuse you too much. So what you have left over would be 20 newtons. So our answer is going to be 20 newtons, and then our arrow in the same direction as the 20 over here. Okay, and then on 6, we have 25 newtons in one direction, 45 newtons in the opposite. Again, opposite, we're going to say that they will subtract. So when you subtract 45 from 25, we have 20 newtons. Now 45 is the greater amount, so the arrow means that we're going to have movement in the direction of the greater amount of force. Okay, so that would be the direction of our arrows. So when you make up your own two net force problems, you need to make sure that you have included newtons for the unit and arrow for direction of movement. Okay, so you make sure that when you check these two bottom problems, those are the things you have included. Okay, good job, and you should be ready for your quiz on either Monday or Tuesday of next week, and I will see you guys later.